Everyone, welcome. My name is Omomi Odumbaku. So in today's class, we're going to be learning how to cut and sew this short boo dress we are seeing on the screen. So the required measurement you are going to be needing to cut this, you need your shoulder measurements. Mine is 16 inches. I'll be dividing it into two. Then you need your the sleeve, your shoulder, from your shoulder to your sleeve length, your desired sleeve length. It depends solely on you how long you want the sleeve to be. So then you will need your hip circumference measurements, or the biggest part of your body. It can be hip, it can be your bust, and it can be anywhere you want the biggest part, wherever it is. You need that measurement too. Then you need your gown length. So just about 3 or 4 measurements, that's what you need: the shoulder, the sleeve, the hip, or the biggest part of your measurements, and the gown length. Okay, so now I have my fabric here. This is African print. Then I have the tassel, so with me. So now I will show you when we continue in the class. We will show you. So here is it. So now I fold this into four places. I have the front and the back together like this. I'm going to cut both the front and the back. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So one is for the front, one is for the back. So this part is on fold. Let me turn it to the other side. This part is on fold, but I'll be working from here. So this side is on fold. So now the length of my gown is 28 inches. That's the length I'll be using for this, because I'm still going to put a short under this. So the length is just 28 inches, like that. So now I will mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 8. My shoulder measurement is 16 divided by 2. I have 8 inches. So I will be adding my sleeve of 8 inches to it. This can be longer and it can be shorter. So I'm using from here to here now. I'll be using 16 inches. I added 8 inches sleeve length to it, including my sewing allowance. Okay. So now I'll mark the neck width. I'll be using 4.5 as my neck width. I'll use 4.5 as my neck width for both the front and the back. So for my back neck depth, I'm going to be using 1.5. Okay, let me use 1 inch. I will use 1 inch. So I'm going to connect it like so. I believe you can see it very well. Let me turn it around so that you can see it. So here is it. This is 4.5 inches here. You can use measurement of your choice. You can use 3, you can use 4, you can use 4.5, you can use 5. It depends solely on you. So I use 1 inch here for the back neck depth. So for the front neck depth, I'm going to cut the back and front together. So for the front neck depth, I'm going to be using 8 inches. I'll be using 8 inches. So I'm going to use my straight ruler to connect this. So I'll connect from here to my width, which is 4 inches. Okay, so that is that about the front and back measurements. So the next thing I'm going to do now, at this point here, you know this one is on fold. The one that is open like this, you mark 1.5 down from the sleeve length, from the sleeve at the side. This is the side, and that is the center. So I'll be connecting it. This 1.5 downwards. You connect it back to the sleeve to mark our shoulder slope. So here is our shoulder slope. So from the shoulder slope, this one too depends on you. Okay, this one too depends on you. So I'm going to mark 11 inches down. From here, from the shoulder, I'll mark 11 inches here. I'll mark it straight. Then I'll first of all mark my 16 inches. I don't want the boo to be too wide. I'll mark 16 inches here. Then from here, I'll mark from my shoulder to my from this particular place. So you know I mark from here to here 11 inches. So from here to here, Let me draw a straight line to show us this. So that's 11 inches from here. It can be wider and it can be reduced. It depends on you. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to mark my hip circumference from this point. I'll mark my hip circumference is 11 inches. I'll mark it here. Then you will now add the so from here to here is 11 inches. So from the 11 inches, I'm going to mark, here is my 11 inches here. So from here, I'll mark my hip circumference under 11 inches. Divided by 4, I have 11 inches as my hip circumference. Then I'm going to be adding 2 inches to it. It depends on you. You can add more, you can add less. I don't want it to be too wide, that's why I'm adding 2 inches, including my sewing allowance. You can make this bigger, you can make it 3 inches, 4 inches. It depends on how big you want the cloth to be. But I don't want it to be really big, so I'm going to be using 11 plus 2 inches, that is 13 inches here. So I will draw a straight line like so. I'll draw a straight line. So from here, I'll be marking my 13 inches down to the end of the fabric. I'll mark it down to the end like that. Then I will use my ruler to connect the 13 inches all through. So that is the width of the gown. So I've marked my 11 inches like that, 13 inches like that. So here is the marking, I believe you can see it. So from this point, I'm going to connect like so. I don't want this place to be sharp, so I'm going to connect like this. So that is about that. So I'm done marking the blouse. So I'll first of all cut this because this one is pause here. Because this one, the back and the front are the same. So I will cut from the shoulder. Then I'm going to cut this is the sleeve opening. Then I'm going to cut the body. The back. So here is the back. This back, neck width and neck depth. So this is it. So I'm going to remove this. I will remove this one. That will stand at the back. So here is the front. So I want to cut facing for the front. You have to cut facing for the back too. So this is how we are going to do is unfold like this. Then you find another fabric, unfold like so. This center should be folded. So you place this one on it. Make sure they are equal before you cut, okay? And make sure you bring this down a little because of the slant. So now I'm going to cut out the facing for it. So that's that. Then you cut this as desired. So here is the facing. So I'm going to the sewing machine now. This is the right side of the fabric. You place it on the right side. Place it on the right side like so. Then you are going to sew from here to here. Then you sew this way. You do the same thing to the back. After that, I'm going to join the bodies together. I've joined the neck, the facing to the main body. As you can see, this is the front and here is the back. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to join the two shoulders together. Then after joining, I will join the back to the front. So after joining, I will work on the sleeve. I'm going to fold the sleeve like so. I'll fold it like so. So after folding, I'll show you next step. Join the two shoulders. Now you see, I've joined the two shoulders together. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to fold the sleeve like so. I'll fold it and sew it down. So for the two, I'm going to sew it for the two. Can you see that I've joined the two the sleeve side. I've joined it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to join the two sides together. I'm going to join it on 1 inch. I'm going to use 1 inch to join it. You can use whatever inches you prefer to join this. Okay. The two sides. So here I'm going to notch this so that it will relax. Or else if you don't notch it, it will look bulky. So you notch this. So after that, I'm going to fold this in and sew the edge. Share, you know.